Poppin'? It's your boy Von Doom.
Here we are back at it with another episode of Hear Me Out. Hear Me Out is opinion based podcast. Sorry, it's been a little bit of time, y'all. We getting back into the moving and grooving.
Yeah.
But we're gonna do our top 20 of the Billboard list. Who we think they got wrong, or who we think is who should be where and what where. So kick it off. I don't think Jay-Z should be number one. There has been no time ever where Jay-Z has ran a whole summer. I'll wait, because if people forget that DMX was not.
Oh yeah,
people forget that. I think, when has Jay-Z ran a whole summer again?
I think every year DMX put out an album. I think it sold a couple million copies, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
again, this list, it has to the list that the Billboard made, first and foremost, does not make sense. Are we going off? I need more criteria. Are we going off of sales? Are we going off of impact?
Well, they actually gave criteria. They were going for impact, longevity, lyrics, and flow.
Okay.
I think that's yeah.
Okay. Well, with that being said, because that's new information to me. With that information being said, impact, people literally quote Jay-Z every like Jay-Z quotes Biggie.
Anytime he makes it's to the point where anytime bro makes puts out a new verse, it's in conversation, not even an album but a verse. Cats be just dissecting stuff for a week.
Oh yeah, I will never downplay his impact, but Jay-Z has never ran a summer. To me, that's a criteria that I need you to have to be number one. Kendrick Lamar has. Drake has ran. His feet should be tired.
So Drake is is he I don't know, man. Drake is different to me.
I want him to retire though. He's speaking about it right now.
I mean, he's something different.
That's why I want him to go.
Huh?
That's why I want him to go. You need to leave because you're a myth. Drake is something we've never seen before. He's an anomaly. Leave different. As you are. Leave. Because it'll never be done again.
Because the thing is, this is a hip hop, this is a rap list. And I don't think anyone can argue that Drake is probably the most, the biggest entertainer of our time. He can cross over. He done took hip hop, pop, R&B, all of that. But if we took all of his albums, right, and made a percentage of how much he rapped compared to how much he doesn't, do you think the outcome would be he's rapping more than he's doing whatever? Then he's not.
That's fair.
So, right. Fair. So, and for real, he's been in the game for 10, 15 years, right? And it's all cool and all, but he pretty much said you're never going to get a full album of just him rapping. I thought Her Loss was going to be that album, but it kind of wasn't, because he was singing and stuff. But can we really I don't know, man. Because if you really think about it, like I said, he's one of the greatest entertainers of our time. But most of these rappers on this list has rapped more on their music, far more than he has. Relationship with Drake, because I can't get with his stuff, especially the new stuff. But when that man spits, it's undeniable, bro. Plus, nigga needs to do stand up or something, because the man's hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
he's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He's hilarious. But when it comes to being in these serious conversations, I don't know. I think he needs to be pushed back a little more. Maybe 15, 20-ish. You know what I'm saying?
I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah, I like I said, I'm only saying that based off the criteria.
his body of work.
because
He's never put out a full
yeah,
body of work full of rap, and
right,
that
right.
that's a fair point. That's
And
a
it's
fair
not
point.
fair to put that man in such a high list where you have all these dudes that are rappers, writers, MCs purely.
Okay, the whole writing thing about having a ghostwriter and all that, that's a sticky situation because you have points of even with Kanye where it's like
And
if
I don't know
somebody's
why
in the
he's
studio with you and they just throw out a something that's considered ghostwriting too. People that's it's a I don't know on
that's
there.
and that's something that I always thought was weird when they put him on this list because they put him really really. I think he was number 11,
Drake
right?
is number 8.
Oh, I was talking about Kanye,
Oh, Kanye,
but
yeah, Kanye's 11.
yeah, because Kanye is 11, and I'm like, he has ghostwriters. But then you have to think about the other criteria: longevity, impact, all that other stuff. I mean, like, bro's kind of responsible for changing the scope of hip hop almost twice in a few generations. It's like our generation with a backpack rap, you know what I'm saying? And then you got like the 808 like generation, and like you got like the Donda generation or whatever like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude's very, very influential. And I ain't gonna hold you. I remember back in high school, niggas was quoting this man talking about. I think the most like quotable I've heard was niggas all around talking about how they got mayonnaise colored bins and they pushing miracle whips. That's kind of hard. Two
Okay,
words. Two words was my favorite
that beat,
song
bro.
ever.
I wish either you recreate a beat of that sort, or even take that beat and we spit on it together. I guarantee you, it'll be
Oh,
something different.
I already did. I did in an album like like it was just years ago. Though. It's a song. The song is called I don't remember, but it was a
To
long
me,
time
that
ago.
that
But
that that beats something stupid to
I
me.
was in fact I was listening to that original band that did that the while not I think it was on Wednesday I was listening to the original band of that song and it's really 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 good. But yeah, Two Words is one of my favorite Kanye songs ever. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
I get
No
that
no
now,
pun
but with
intended.
Kanye, if we're gonna give Drake the same slot, the same slight, we got to give it to Kanye too because it is said that
Yeah.
Shahad the Prince has been writing for Kanye for years. Also, the 808s and Heartbreak with Kid Cudi style that Kanye stole, and that is
Mm-hmm.
not a rumor. That's not
Mm-hmm.
something that I think. That's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
we can't give you credit for something you didn't create.
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
it's the same slight. If you got to give it to Drake, you got to give it to Kanye for the same reason.
Right. So there you go. And dude, man, I don't want to be that guy, but like, I don't know what Nicki's doing on no top 10.
Okay.
Like, I don't know because like, yeah, I get it, like female rapper and everything, but like, I must be the only person in the history of the world that didn't see what she did on Monster. I didn't get it. I don't think she went that hard for real. For real. The only thing for me, I only think people fuck with her on a high level because
Her
the
company.
same reason why people mess with Kendrick on a high level. I guess they think all the crazy voices and stuff like does something. I don't know. Like, come on, it's going down basement. Really? Like for real? Is that hard? I don't think so.
At the same point in time, um, Nicki Minaj was more impact than because her flow wasn't that crazy.
Yeah,
Sit the sides of Phil Trunk like her. It wasn't that crazy, but
and that's why she
was
had to
doing
do those
something that
crazy
wasn't being done at
voices.
that time. At that time, because Remy Ma had bars, but she wasn't spitting to the. She didn't have the characteristics. That's all it was for Nicki. It was the characters, the character.
Right.
That's what made her, you know. But I agree with you. I don't think she should be on this list yet. I don't think she's she's paid her dues to that,
Hmm.
and that is more of that thing with me than I won't take from her impact because she had a big impact. I will give her that,
Yeah.
but I don't think Nicki Minaj should be sitting at number 10 on the list. That's
Nah. Nah. Not me.
I don't I agree with you on that because the flow is never that crazy, and everybody being her son is in every song.
Every song you thought she'd be a tranny, bro. As much as you talking about sons, bro.
Come
Nigga, are
on,
you some like for real?
oh
Like
man,
how long? How many times? Father Abraham ass. Like, come on, bro.
not Father Abe.
Like, come on. I don't know, man.
I agree with you on that one. Now Kendrick Lamar, I cannot agree with you on because I've been a Kendrick Lamar fan
Nah,
since.
nah, 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 nah. Hold on. We gotta talk about that. We gotta talk because to me that was extremely disrespectful. How you gonna do Nas K dot then hold? That's crazy to me. That was crazy. They hold Nas, bro. That's crazy. You already know it was always been Biggie, Kendrick, and Nas. Now niggas was saying that junk all the whole bro. I think that's disrespectful,
It
my nigga
is.
Nas.
It is. Kendrick's too new to be.
Too new, bro. And bro, Nas has reinvented himself and has been tearing up,
That's
old
why I
ass
know.
nigga.
That's why I know whoever made this list is not up to date on hip hop because there's no way in hell you telling me King's Disease. Come on, bro.
Nigga,
You're not
when
listening.
he did, man, I was listening to that in the car, almost crashed the car. He the only nigga on earth out of years that freaking got Lauren Hill to rap again. Come on, bro. Like for real. Listen, I've always said, I've always said that I've always said that Kendrick's Good Kid, Mad City is the last generation's Illmatic. I've always said that.
I agree with
I
that.
think,
I didn't think
yeah, I
about. I've
think,
never seen that parallel, but I agree with that.
yeah, because like it's both albums are very like really lyrical, poetic, and it's talking about the lives and times. Nas is talking about his experience in New York. Kendrick's talking about his experience in L.A. And I think for me, Good Kid, Mad City, and To Pimp a Butterfly are my favorite. Like those are his best. And after that, I don't know. Like uh, Untitled Unmastered, I wasn't too hype about. Damn, I wasn't really hype about. This album here, I think it's really cool. I think it's a very important album.
It is. It grew on you.
And yeah, am I going to play it a lot? Not really, but but it's a really good album. It's very important. But like, I don't know. I just think it's weird that like people call this man like he's like with what did they call him? I seen on Twitter something about like he was like today's like greatest rapper of all time or something, or this generation's greatest rapper. I'm like, that's cool and all, and like that's good. I would rather have him than all these other Lils and all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
They passed that around though. That title
Yeah.
is weak. The week. I've seen that one
Oh
point in
yeah.
time that what's his name Kodak Black was this generation's savior of hip hop, and like don't get me wrong,
Who the
I
hell
bump
said that?
I bump Yak. Don't get me wrong. That's my guilty pleasure music. Him and 21. I bumped them,
No, I love 21. That's my guy.
but they're
But come
not
on,
lyrically. It's
you're right.
that's the thing though. Majority of people, it is not about lyrics anymore, and that's I hate to say it because me and him don't talk no more. But Dig told me that this day was coming. Dig told me, Dub,
I
it's
can
not
see
about
it.
lyrics
Yeah.
no more. He says, not
Yeah.
about lyrics no more. Niggas want to dance and have a good time. It's not about
Yeah.
lyrics. Because he's like, if it was about lyrics, Jadakiss would be bigger than what he was. I'm like,
Facts.
damn.
Facts. The whole locks. Niggas sleep on Styles too. You know what I mean? Styles was hard. He was that nigga, man. Like real talk. The whole locks was cold, but you know what I mean? I mean, he ain't lying, bro. But you have to think about it though. You know, from generation to generation, you gotta like listen to the content of hip hop too,
Exactly.
because it's like hip hop is a place from like where niggas was struggling, grinding. Now you get into this more generations. Of course, you want things to be better, so people aren't worried about that stuff now. It's either niggas is making fun music because they don't have to live that life, or they're making deadly ass beats. Like it's no more. It's not in the middle
In
anymore.
between, yeah,
It's not in the middle. It's either like fun stuff or you on the music video dissing your ops and then you get shot in broad daylight a week later. It's not in the middle anymore.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's, I mean,
But
that's
yeah,
fair. I heard that too. It went from, rapping about stuff you've seen to actually rapping about stuff you're doing, which is
yeah,
idiotic. To
it's
rap about,
stupid.
you're implicating yourself. I don't know if
Not
you
only, not
understand
only
that.
that, not only that, these street niggas are bleeding into the culture. Cause like there's so many of these cats that say that all the time. Nigga, I'm not a rapper, bro. I'm just a street nigga getting money. And they finding that hip hop is just an easier way to get money without getting killed.
Yep.
And then they bring that street shit into the culture, and then you got a bunch of niggas making videos about who I smoke. Everybody smoking on this pack, that
Those
pack.
two worlds cannot coexist.
Yeah, bro. So I mean, I don't know, man. There's a lot going on, but you're right though. I mean, it sucks for me. It sucks. It's like it's a duality. It's I don't know, man. It's kind of hypocritical, but I don't know, man. I'd rather listen to Dirk than listen to Uzi or something. Like I don't know.
I get what you're saying though. I will never. I told him that, like, at that point in time, like when Dick said that to me, I was like, look, I understand what you're saying, but I will never stop writing lyrics. I will never.
No,
I don't care if I get 6 plays. I will never
no.
stop writing bars.
No, I can't do that. I mean, because that's what I'm in it for, bro. It's the poetry, it's the literature, and plus, like, I got a whole deep, a deep philosophy about like lyrics and rap in general when it comes to black folks.
It
But
means something. Everything means something. You're not just saying
yeah,
words.
yeah, it's like it's literature. I think it's like the irony that like we was slaves back in the day. They didn't want to teach us to read and write, and now we excel in literature. Like it's funny because like rappers are down to the core. Rappers are nerds because like we talk about similes and double entendres and metaphors and like word structure and verses and all that other stuff.
Haikus
Like
and yeah,
yeah, like
voiceable words. Believe me,
yeah,
everything that I have ever wrote, whether you like my style of music or not, there is a deeper meaning behind every bar.
yeah,
Every bar has two meanings. That's why I get some people beefing with me because they realize what I just said about them. Everything has multiple meanings.
yeah.
I don't say anything for chance.
Right,
I
it's
never have.
poetry, bro. But like I understand where there's room for like just, fun music, That's cool. But like I one thing like I said, I don't mind that type of hip hop. That there's a place for everything. Just
Yeah,
don't like shit on everything. Like just because you want to make fun stuff doesn't mean you got to like diss the lyrical niggas. Like, you know what I mean? This is where it came from.
but
You
we're
know
the
what I mean?
only group genre that does that.
Yeah, it's stupid. It doesn't make
We
sense. I
can't
don't like
coexist. We're the only genre that does that.
Right. Right. And it's crazy because it's like, how can we just like I said, bro, like you can go to the club on a weekend and listen to some hype stuff and it'd be cool. Go back to the crib, then you could cruise to some to some lyrical stuff, or you could go home and listen to like I was listening to Rakim the other day. You ain't gonna have Rakim bumping in the club. No, of course not. There's a time and place for everything. You know what I mean? But it's just funny. It's weird. But like 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 it's the same way. Old heads can't be like shitting on new niggas too
Yeah,
because even though I don't really care for the fun stuff, I'd rather see these young black kids getting money and being to take care of themselves. So at
hell
that
yeah.
aspect, I'd rather you prosper. I don't want to see you in no bad place. You better get your money, do what you gotta do, and I celebrate you. But like nitpicky as a nerd and just music wise, art form as a craft, sometimes I can't really deal with it. But it's all good.
It's funny you said that. There's something out of what you said. I listened to everything you said, but one thing I picked out was we're not gonna hear Rakim in the club. You know who else you won't hear in the club? You won't hear
Uh
Eminem.
oh. Okay. Eminem is a special case, bro. Eminem is a special case because, in fact, I don't want to hear that nigga in the club. I hope I never hear that nigga in
I
the
will
club
never doubt
ever.
Marshall Mathers because he gets busy,
Nah,
but
listen.
it's different.
No, listen, listen. So, in my opinion, I think it's because he gets busy is why niggas don't like him anymore. And now let me explain. Let me explain. In my opinion, Marshall Mathers LP, Slim Shady LP, and Eminem Show were his best
Top of the top.
work.
I agree.
It was his best work. Bro wasn't trying to do all that. He wasn't trying to do all that. In fact, he had such a a real like a lazy style,
But I guess
and
that
it
one
was
thing though, women they come, they go. But anyway,
yeah,
I was like, oh,
yeah. Like bro was flowing. He
he was
was
bleeding
going
from his
off.
soul. He was bleeding from his soul when he first started. That's the
Right.
difference.
Right, and like I think his those three albums are like his peak, but then he got like extra like super like okay, bro, I love lyrics and bars, but then there's just like doing extra shit that you don't really have to do. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I
And it
might
gets
get
to the
bored.
point where you try to get too lyrical
Mm-hmm.
and too wordplay and metaphor to where like some of this stuff just sounds corny.
Too many bars, you lock yourself up.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And listen, bro, I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what nobody thinks. It's obvious and it's true. I mean, I made a whole video about it on stream. Yes, nigga. A lot of reason why this nigga has so many sales in his music is
Because
because
he's
that
white.
man is a Caucasian. I'm sorry.
It's
Not
obvious.
it's pretty obvious. It is like people say, "Oh, you're just jealous." Nah, nigga,
No,
there's
it's the
freaking
truth.
proof to back it up.
Because
There's
there's no way in the
information to back it
hell
up.
on this side of the earth is
Yeah.
Eminem better than Lil Wayne. I don't give a. No matter what you think, I
You know what I'm saying? It's like it's like it's like okay, for example, case in point. Do you think soccer moms are going to listen? Which one do you think soccer moms are going to listen to? A song with Eminem and a Rihanna hook, or a song with or a Lil Wayne song? You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why he can cross all
he
platforms.
has commercial
Number
success
one,
because of his
like I
skin.
said, he's a Caucasian. Caucasians love hip hop. Believe it or not, them niggas love that
Oh
shit.
yeah,
They love that shit. To see someone doing a thing that they love that they don't get to see because it's predominantly a black thing, that's number two. So they're going to relate to that. Number three, he talks some wild shit niggas don't really be doing. Okay? So they relate to that too, because for you know, white folks be doing some crazy wild shit. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna lie. My baby mama's alright. But if I get mad at her, I ain't gonna put her in the trunk of my car and drive her to the ocean. Don't do that.
yeah. I've been
No
making
way.
video burying my mom.
Like, come on, B. Like,
Like
niggas, you know what I'm saying? But like I said though, it has to do with the demographic, and it has to do with the how you make the songs. They have a formula in Interscope. They do. They have a formula. They got this really deep song where they got the girl singing in the hook, and then they, you know, Dre did it, M did it, 50 did it. I mean, 50 always like does his hooks. I think he got his singy hook thing from M actually. But like I said, you have the demographic. He could do black folks and he could do white folks. Number two, the you Emin people will listen like he has hit songs with a lot of features on them. You know what I'm saying? And those features are from like pop singers to R&B singers to whatever. That's going to grab another demographic. And like I said, a lot of people that listen to Eminem can't name five hip hop, like can't name 10 rappers on their hands. You know what I'm saying? They can't. And like I said, you gonna have your soccer moms. You gonna have girls, women. You gonna have soccer moms. You gonna have this girl. You gonna have the girls with pumpkin spice at Starbucks. They be watching Clueless. They listen to Eminem. I don't think they're gonna listen to Hove talking about the evils. Illuminati want my mind, soul, and my body. I don't think they're gonna be listening to no Big L, Busta Rhymes, DMX. I'm pretty sure they're not.
no,
I'm sure hell's they ain't gonna listen to no
I
Nas.
literally, it's fun. It's literally maybe 3 years ago. I work with this older woman named Deb, and she was literally saying how she watching the show, and Adele started spitting off Nicki Minaj lyrics. She was it's like car
Uh huh.
karaoke, right? Later that
Right.
night, Nicki Minaj's plays start going up,
Yep.
and I'm like, she's like, a lot of people didn't know who she was. I'm like, Deb, you mean to tell me they don't know who Nicki Minaj is, but because of Adele singing it, made her
Mm-hmm.
stuff go up? Like that doesn't show you what this is
Mm-hmm.
all about?
The thing is, when it comes to a large amount of of the white demographic, is they don't get interested. A lot of cats that are fans of Eminem, they can't get like those fans won't be introduced to hip hop unless someone like them is doing it. That's it. I mean, that's the truth. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like country, but if I seen a black dude going off that I happen to like, I might listen to it. See what he's got to say.
I know
It's
a
all
lot of
about relating. You know what
I
I'm
know a
saying?
lot
It's
of
about the
country music,
demographic.
but
So yeah.
I'm different. I know a lot of country music. I was literally getting kicked out of the bar in Cincinnati, so the country boys let me go in their bars. Boots, I was boot scooting boogie in Tim's
Hey,
with the Cowboys,
so
man.
I found out not too long ago what a honky tonk was. I was trying to figure out. You know what a honky tonk is?
It's the bar.
Yeah, I didn't. I put this out. I didn't know. I had no clue until I started working at Ace Hardware, and they would play the country music all the time. Uh, what's the song? I can't remember the song, but I just remember Toby Keith and all them playing Red Solo Cup all the time.
Oh yeah,
All these other country
they get it
singers, and
in.
they would. And it was talking about the honky tonk. I'm like, what the hell is a honky tonk? And I had to ask somebody. It's a bar, brother. I'm like, oh, okay, I see.
Yeah,
It
they
makes
get
a whole lot
in.
of sense. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, speaking of Nikki, because you're talking about Nikki, um, I have a beef with her
Oh shit.
because, like I said, she's cool and all, but the only reason why, and I looked it up too, and I'm not lying. She's popular, but it's no different from her with like her Drake, because they got the same formula.
Mm-hmm.
Because her she wasn't popping. She wasn't popping off no like rap joints. Her top three biggest hits are Super Bass, Starships, and I can't remember.
Anaconda.
I can't, no, not Anaconda. It was something else. It was a poppy ass song.
Oh, I thought Anaconda was her biggest one, because that shit went crazy.
I looked it up. I did it. I remember because I did it. Now I'm not saying it's not one of her biggest hits. It's probably in like the top five or top 10.
Okay.
Like, but her biggest billboard hits, like in the top 10, is Super Bass and Starships. Now, was she spitting bars on them? I
No,
don't think so.
those are pop songs though.
It was her pop songs, and it's those. Oh, I think it was a song with Ariana Grande on it. I can't remember, but a lot of her songs that she got popping off of were pop songs, and it's just to me, it's like Drake. Like, he's a nationally known figure, but a lot of his stuff is crossover demo stuff.
Yeah,
Just like Nicki Minaj, she got famous over all her pop songs. Not saying that she don't have bars, but I'm just saying the reason why she's getting as far as she gets to is because she can cross over and she can do multiple genres. We talk about rap, we talk about hip hop here. You know what I'm saying?
that's fair to
Like,
say.
you know what I'm saying? It's like if you could ask 10 people what their favorite like Nicki Minaj song is, I'm not sure if all 10 of them will be rap songs. Just like Drake. You know what I'm saying? But that's me. That's me.
No, that's a fair assessment though. I
Yeah.
can't, like I said, I can't push back on that. So you think Nicki Minaj should not be at number 10, correct?
No.
I agree. She
No.
should not be at
Like like
number
I
10.
like I said, it's the same with Drake. You got all these goats over here that all they do is rap. I mean, yeah, you got impact and then you have longevity and everything. But are you going to put niggas that don't rap as much as all these other niggas rap higher than them? That's not fair to me.
Yeah,
That doesn't make any sense.
I can
You
agree
know what
with
I
that.
mean? So
But
yeah.
I'm biased. Just to skip back up. I don't think like my number one is obviously going to be Lil Wayne. That's just
Mm.
I can't give it to Biggie, and I can't say I don't want to say go back into the Pac situation.
Let's have a conversation about these three. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it because I'm glad you said Wayne was your number one because I have a beef, not with Wayne, but I have a beef with how hip hop dictates who is the GOAT, right? A lot of people will say Tupac is the greatest rapper ever
He's a
of
poet.
all time. I ain't even gonna hold you. I ain't starting to liking this man's music until Machiavelli. I think his instrumentals are outdated. Like to the point there okay, so you got some classic albums, classic songs that are timeless, in my opinion. I think All Eyes on Me and Machiavelli, those two I appreciate. I like them. But the impact Tupac had, I don't think any other rapper can have.
No,
I'm pretty sure niggas ain't gonna have Aubrey Graham tattooed on their body.
I
Pretty
agree.
sure that's not gonna happen.
I
And
agree.
if it does happen, I'm giving you the side eye, super heavy.
So
You know what I'm
I'll
saying?
give you that impact. Nobody will have the impact that Pac
Right,
has had. I will give you that.
right.
But as far as bodies of work,
I
even
don't
with
know,
all of his
man.
catalog, in my opinion, with all of his catalog, I'ma still go with Big. But that's
Now, I think the irony is, I think the irony is, and this is why I'm glad you said Wayne was your number one, because it goes back to what we was talking about when it comes to lyrics and everything. I think it's funny how a lot of people, the same people, will say, "Man, we don't need no lyric, blah blah blah. It's a new generation," but you know all that other stuff. But then they will say Wayne is their goat,
but why is he the goat?
and that is exactly why people call him the goat. Is for one single element in hip hop, and it's because of his bars. Niggas listen to Lil Wayne not for no deep stuff, not to feel filled or anything like that. They just want to hear heat. You feel me? And I think it's funny because I was thinking the other day about how people call Wayne the GOAT, and then like Tupac is like objectively the greatest rapper of all time, but he has no bars. It's funny too because Wayne, okay, all right, now listen,
Buckle in,
I'm
ladies and
gonna
gentlemen.
I'm gonna say this, and listen, I need you to back me up, okay?
I got you.
You're my friend, you're my homie. Now, when I say this, please, let's make sure I don't get canceled. I don't want no death threats.
I got the ooh op on
Tupac,
me.
huh?
Let him know I got the ooh op on me.
Tupac is probably one of the most influential rappers ever. No, one of the most impactful rappers ever. But I think Wayne is more influential than Tupac will ever be
Yes,
in hip hop's lifetime. Ever.
because he is also tattooed on people. He may not have
Not
been in
even
movies.
not even that. Not even that. How many rappers and generations look just like him? Sound just like him? Rap just like him? Lean just like him? You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't have Thug
Hell no.
without Wayne. You wouldn't have all these littles without Wayne. Youngs without
He
Wayne.
influenced generation after generation after generation.
You wouldn't have the way people rap now because of Wayne. Now to there's like two versions of like the generation, like the auto tune generation. There's like the melodic generation, and there's the niggas that just rap with it on it. And that was him. You know what I'm saying? I think Wayne inspired and moved an entire movement. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? In fact, in fact, I just might because I don't have Wayne number one. I have him like around like 3, 4, not like 4 or 5. But now that I'm thinking about it, I might have to move my nigga up because if you notice, every single person that has moved hip hop in a way like that, like with so like a Kanye West or a Drake or like like that's done that in our generation, they've had to shift it and change it. All Wayne did was rap. That's all that nigga did. All he did was rap. And somehow, some way, he got so charismatic in the style and the way he did it. It just like bloomed, and everybody was just so influenced. He had to change nothing. He stayed the way the craft is. He stayed loyal to the craft. And now everybody wanted to be this man. To the point where when he did change up, the man was still hitting bars, doing all that melodic stuff. I can still young, huh? And still flowing them bars, bro. He was, hey, I ain't gonna lie, he was getting a little poppy here and there, bubblegum with his raps, lollipops, and all of that stuff. He was, but he never strayed away from just bars.
Who he was.
Never strayed away from that.
This man literally took over summer after summer after
Yeah,
summer. He would release an album, and the album would be. I would give the album out of 10 stars. I give the album a 5, maybe 6. But he would come back with because the thing about the thing about it to me now that I'm older and I go back and listen to his music, I'm like, okay, I see where he was going with this. When he was in album mode, it was different than when he was just rapping. The mixtapes of him just wiping, he would wipe out communities. He was taking beats and just killing everybody on their stuff.
how you gonna do that? That's unfair. How
When
you
he
gonna do
rapped
that?
on DJ Khaled's "We Taking Over," that's when it started for me. That's when I am the beast. Feed me rappers. I'm like,
Yeah, man.
I'm like,
Yeah,
who is?
man.
I'm like, okay, so he don't care anymore. You can't care.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
like, he's telling you the best rapper alive since the best rapper retired because he was a fan of Jay Z, so he
Yeah.
paid respect, even though he knows like I know.
So if Wayne and you were sitting down right now and he told you that Sean Carter was the greatest rapper alive, how would you argue that?
I couldn't argue with him because he's the best rapper alive. Why would I argue with you? You are who you are. You telling me you think somebody else is, I'm telling you what I know you are. That's what I would say to him. That's what I would say to him.
Got you.
I'm not
I
going to
got
argue
you.
with you. You are it.
I got you.
It cracks me up watching the interviews with him, and they were reciting his lyrics. And he's like, "Who said that?" They're like, "You." He's
Yeah.
like, "What?"
Nah, man, that latex bar is pretty cold.
Because
I ain't gonna hold you. And like, and plus, like, what Kanye couldn't even do it. How you gonna have a song where you got Kanye West making the beat, and you got Babyface on the hook, man? Who does that? How? How?
how Sway? You have
How?
got that.
Nah, man.
He's
So yeah,
untouchable. Wayne's my number one.
Wayne is up there. I'm a big Nas fan. I'm a big Hov fan.
I get it. And I would
So
never shit
I
on
got
Nas either. I would never disrespect the Godson. I was more of a
yeah.
Nas fan than I was because I was never a Jay Z fan because I feel like he stole his whole image from Biggie. But that's
What about
a dead dog on the
people say
football.
a lot of Biggie say he's got a lot of Big L in him. I actually have Big L in my list.
Big L's in my
Just
list as well.
because of that. Because of that. Because everybody always say that like Host took a lot from Biggie and Big L.
Uh,
So if you saying that, then and I'm kind of breaking my rule here because I was going I going back and forth with this thing because but then I'm like, well, that's not really too fair because they did like make a whole movement. But I was thinking about like may is it okay to keep having these dead people on these
That's
lists?
my that was my next point. I cannot give them spots because they are no longer with us. They
Yeah,
have did what they did, but it's just not they're no longer here. It's not fair to give them spots. I'm not taking from their artwork. I'm not taking from what they've done, but
right,
they're no longer here.
right. And it's almost as it's I I feel like it's I get the respect and I understand, like I said, the type of and I also said, well, if like we do that, then like what about all the other dead niggas? We gonna have to count them out too. So like, what about them? And but like I said, I understand the respect and I understand the impact that these cats have put onto the hip hop culture. But how long are we going to just automatically keep these guys up there when you have so many other rappers coming up, like a Kendrick or a Cole that's making their way up? Like, how long are we going to have to keep them on there? You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fair.
But I get it when it comes from generation to generation. But like I said, bro, I'm trying to figure out what was. See, I feel blasphemous saying this, but like I'm trying to feel. I understand the impact of Pac, but music wise, I don't know, man. Maybe I'm just weird. Is it me? I don't know.
It's not that I'm not a Tupac advocate.
I'm not either. I'm not saying he trash. I'm just saying I like more. I feel like there's better work that other people did.
See, this
I
is this
understand
is crazy.
the I understand the work that he did, that the active. And it's another thing too. What was he? Was Tupac an activist or was the nigga thug life? I don't know.
That's my
Like it's like duality, bro. Like what is it? Like,
he
come
was
on,
an
what you doing?
actor. He
Are
was
you
an
keeping your
actor
head up or
from
are you fucking the
Juilliard.
bitches in the clique you claim? You know what I
He
mean?
was an actor from Juilliard. There is a duality to him. I will give you that. But at the same point in time, it was never consistent. You didn't start getting
Yeah.
on that thug shit until you got with Suge Knight, who was pretending to be a thug.
And a
He
lot of
wasn't a
niggas
thug
said,
either.
I was getting ready to say, a lot of niggas says he was faking the funk. The nigga was a backup dancer.
You're not telling me
Like,
nothing I don't know, bro. I'm into this shit too. That's why when you was like, they say that Biggie was a copy of Big L. Literally, them are two of my tops. That's why I throw up the L. If people didn't understand that, that's why I pay homage to everybody from back in the day. That's what I've always done. But at the same
bro.
point in time, I took Pac, I took Big, I took Pun because they're no longer with us. So there's no reason for them to still be in the conversation.
Yeah, man. A lot of people sleep on pun. Little diddly did. A lot of people sleep on
Did he?
pun.
Did
I
he?
don't
Oh
think
my
people.
god! I don't get
Yeah,
it
man.
because
I don't get it either. I don't see
because
why. Why is it? Maybe because. But then you can't say that because I was going to say maybe because like since he died, but he died later than Pocket Big. So I'm trying to figure out why nobody like realized how good he was.
they
And
don't.
his son is crazy too.
I'm not hip to a son like that. I've heard a few
Oh
bits and
yeah.
pieces here and there, but I've not. I've
Nah, check
never
out
deep
Chris
dove.
Rivers. Chris Rivers. He
Okay,
sounds just like that nigga. Like he does. Just
facts.
a skinnier version.
Okay. I'm gonna check
Yeah,
them
yeah,
out.
yeah, yeah.
I
But
they gotta come off. They gotta come off the list because they're deceased. I understand paying homage to them, and I have no problem with that. But I cannot give them a seat at the table when they're no longer here to sit at it.
damn. Damn. No. Yeah. Well, shoot, you're more harsher than me. Cause I still got him on there. I mean, just out of respect, even though I really ain't, I don't feel Pac, but the list talked about influence and all that other stuff, impact or whatever. Which I'm still trying to figure out, like what Pac impacted. Like he has some really moving music. He's got really moving
That's what
songs.
the impact is. The Brenda's Got a Baby, the Dear Mama, those are impactual.
Okay, but like if that's the case, the you got Brenda's Got a Baby, Kanye's got All Falls Down. You know what I mean? Tupac has what was the other song you said? What was the other song you said?
Uh, Brenda's got Dear Mama.
You got Dear Mama, Kanye's got Hey Mama.
I mean, it's
And I
it's
like Hey Mama more.
it's two of the same
Why
coin.
ain't why isn't he as impactful? The Tupac and Kanye have two different impactfuls. But Kanye makes similar stuff. Why isn't he as impact? Why come niggas ain't got him
And
tattooed
they both were
on their skin? You know what
very
I'm saying?
eccentric people. But at the time period, that was unheard of. Tupac's character was nothing like. Nobody was like that.
Nah, maybe.
That was back
I
when
guess.
it was all Black Power, and because
Nah, you're right.
that's
You're
why
right.
he had that. It was different time period. Again,
Mm-hmm.
why I don't think he should be on the list because
Different time period.
different time period. You got to update it with the culture. If it updated, you got to update it.
But I mean, but then you like, but most of my niggas on my list is from that time period though.
But they're still around
Oh, okay, got you. Yeah,
because there's no reason to hell to me that Black Thought should be 28. There's no reason for me
damn. Now I gotta take off Big L. Hold on, I gotta take off Big L. No, you're right.
I don't get
Uh,
it. And if we're really gonna go female artists, and I hate to do this, but if and that's why it's so hard to me, the impact and the lyricism, and because Missy Elliott wasn't lyrical, but Missy Elliott
ooh,
was
oh yeah, I'm definitely changing some shit.
she
Nah, hold on.
was an eccentric person.
Nah, nah. Missy had rap game in a chokehold
That's what I'm
for a
saying.
good while.
But think about what you're saying. We're taking Nicki Minaj. You're not taking Nicki off because Nicki wasn't really doing full rap. Missy Elliott was doing this. It was the same thing,
Nah, but Missy would sing a hook and then rap a verse too.
but it was more
A lot of
popish. It just wasn't considered pop at the time.
hold on, man. Listen, I'm on the Missy Elliott
You
beehive.
and me
I'm
too.
in
Me too. That's what I swear to you. I'll never talk down to Missy because I don't think she gets the love she deserves.
no.
She was
Super
literally the
duper,
female Busta Rhymes, and nobody gave her the love she deserved.
bro. I'll just be playing stuff in the car, and if I happen to fall on some Missy Elliott, I will deliver. Man, it's an hour listen of all her stuff. Superfly, Sock It To Me, Hot Boy, Minute Man, all that. I got all of them. Know what I mean? Here with the heat. Oh man, listen.
My point exactly. She does not deserve to be that low to me, 19. But
Nah.
will because of you got to have the three things: lyricism, impact, and cultural relevance. She has cultural relevance. She has the
Yeah.
impact clearly because it's Missy Elliott, but she was
Right.
not a lyricist.
Right. You right. But man, her songs were jam. She had
They
a
were.
hit.
Hot boy, baby,
Man,
you
you
got
got what?
what?
Man. She the only person that made trash bags cool.
Was out there. I can't stand
Man, listen.
it's my window.
Man, I was listening to that the other day. My daughter was like, "What is it?"
Yeah,
You gonna learn?
that's crazy because my daughter that live here, will literally bump that Tupac hit him up like that's her jam. I was like,
Wow.
I'm looking at her like, and then I
Dang.
painted a picture, but I'm like, how do you know
Okay.
this? But she
Right.
knows, she dives, and my boys too. They dive back. They go back. And
Uh-huh.
I'm like,
Yeah.
we be in a car doing rides and all that. They hear me playing some stuff. They be like, "Who is this?" And then I see them on their playlist. I'm like, "What you know about that?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm getting
Right.
old. I'm getting old to be asking that question."
Yeah, man. I tell that to my daughter all the freaking time. It's wild. But man, so how we gonna do this? So we talked about who we don't need on these lists.
I think
Now we
that's
got how are we going to rearrange these things? How did you rearrange these things?
in my mind because, again, we're fresh at it. So I just look at a list and I feel like who I think deserves to be number one, two, all the way to 20. And like I said,
Right,
my number one will be Lil Wayne.
right.
My number two, it has to be Andre 3000. That's
Wow, you got to explain that. I understand about the bars. I'm only saying that because a lot of his stuff was with Big Boy. You know what? How come people are how okay, all right, you picking up what I'm putting down. So what's up? What's up with Andre? But everybody be sleeping on Big Boy. What's up with that?
for some strange reason when they hear stuff like the player's anthem, they don't listen to. I don't think they listen to it because he was eccentric. I think that's
No, he
why.
was hella. Yeah, he was. Andre was on some poetry there. That
That's
was heartfelt. I feel it. I guess I understand because when his verse was like talking about getting married, but like the rest of the song is about picking hoes.
wash
So
your
I kind
ass
of
out like
get it.
some detergent. Now herp it to the O2.
Yeah,
Keep your heart
yeah,
on
yeah.
stacks. Keep your
I ain't
heart.
gonna, I ain't gonna hold you, and I don't care what nobody says. I'll be biased. I'll be biased, but I don't know, man. Life of the Party is probably one of the best songs in hip hop ever.
I
I don't
agree with
care.
you.
The Andre verse. I don't care about what Kanye said. That nigga was tripping. But when on that the beat plus the man, listen,
Did
I
Miss
don't know.
Donda. If you can read my, I was like, how did he
He
find
was
three stacks? Where did he go?
there, bro. That was so
He
beautiful.
don't go. He
That's one
don't
of the
do this
illest.
anymore. Where'd you find him?
That's one of the illest. But no, I understand that. I because but like so we gotta treat this like 2K in like people's attributes. So because Dre never got a chance to do a like an actual. I mean, he did the Love Below, but that's like a I don't know. It's like an R&B
It was an
ish, right?
R&B. Yeah.
But like he never did like a solo rap joint or whatever. But at the same time, like you know, like, he's got uh Big Boy and he's got their albums and everything. I guess does that count? Is that okay to count?
I don't see why it shouldn't because
You
it's
know?
still it's not like Drake's. It's not like it's R&B some albums and some albums rap. It'd be the
Yeah.
same criteria. It's like having a feature, but this is literally your body of work. The reason why Three Stacks is my number two is because every time he was supposed to get busy, he did.
Mm-hmm. No, you
Give
right.
me one bad verse. I'll wait.
Right. Yeah, no, can't. No. Me and you,
Your
your
mama
mama
and
and
your
your
cousin
cousin too.
too.
Man, niggas sleep on that, man.
That's he has his rap ability is so is many leagues above the average person, the average rapper. He's
Yeah.
something different.
One for the money and two for the show. A couple of I used to go to sleep. I had my homie back in junior high school make me a CD, a mix CD, and I would always sleep to that song, and I always sleep to the one Hollywood Cole song.
Yeah.
Man, I don't know, man. You might have a really good argument, man. Because now I'm thinking back, they had some. Shoot, Miss Jackson, that whole song. I ain't gonna hold you though, and that's why I'm putting up that argument. I think Big Boy's verse is better than Andre's on that song. Personally, I don't know, maybe because I can relate to it because my pull-out game trash. I don't know, but I think I think Big Boy might have a bit. I think Big Boy really goes off on a lot of these songs more than Andre does. Sometimes, just a couple of them, just a couple of them. I
And
mean, it's a good argument.
to each their own.
Nah,
I
man,
can't.
but no. I completely I completely agree with you with Andre being on these lists because he's like one of them. He's one of them aliens, bro. He's one of them. Like you got your top tier cats, and then you just got niggas that's just you don't know how they do the things they do. He's one of them niggas, man.
It's different when it comes to
Yeah,
it's
it's different.
different.
It's different.
That's
I
my one and two. Give me your one and two.
let's see. I'm sorry, niggas have been hitting me up. You know, this is what happens when you drop really good albums. I guess.
It's
Sorry,
all
let me.
good. Oh yeah, spit your stuff on here. Let them know where to go get it. Let them know.
Oh, hey guys, I got an album called The Curse of Man on Bandcamp.com. Go check it
Huh?
out. It's $10.
Go check him out.
It's cheap. But
This your
so
podcast. Pop your shit on your podcast.
I mean, yeah, you know, but so my two, it's to for me, my two is interchangeable. You got Nas and Hove. It doesn't matter for me which is number one or number two. My specifically, like me, I really enjoy Nas. I say Nas could be number one for me because he is like it would be like either Nas, Rakim, and maybe Hov. Let me change that. Nas or Rakim. Because if it wasn't for Rakim, you wouldn't have
We
Nas.
have no Nas. That's
And
true.
it wouldn't have Nas, you wouldn't have hip hop. At least the '90s, because everybody was rapping broken glass everywhere. Like back in the
Oh,
day. You know what I'm saying? That's how niggas was rapping. My Adidas. Right. And then you have
smart man.
Rakim. Yeah, and then you got Rakim doing him and Eric B going off doing a different type of what was it? Freaking mathematics, 5% stuff. We
Just like
we
the
one of
master.
these we one of these days we're going to have a conversation about like religion and hip hop and how like some of the best rappers of all time are freaking like Muslim and 5%ers or something like that. But that's another time for another day. But you have Rakim the way he did he did the way he did, and then you have Nas being inspired by that. Niggas making Illmatic at 16. I don't care what nobody says. I don't care what anyone says. The nigga made that album at 16. Okay, the way he was rapping, his flows, the poetry, all that turned into a blueprint to how you're supposed to do this. Unfortunately, there is some pros and cons. The only con was probably him having, yeah, I don't know, it's a gift and a curse. Is him having a bunch of producers do Illmatic, because you got like what Primo, you had Q-Tip, you had Large Professor, you had dang Pete Rock, you got a bunch of cats making beats for him. And usually you would have just like, like an Eric B or a Rakim. You know what I'm saying? Or like you have the DJ and the rapper, the producer or the rapper. You know what I'm saying? And in my opinion, you have a lot of good rappers that will make a really solid project with a solid theme, solid sound with one producer. Now, Illmatic is amazing. But then you had cats seeing that formula that are less than Nas, trying to do Nas shit and then falling off or making something subpar. You know what I mean? Rather than getting with somebody being, had with chemistry and doing something fly. You know what I'm saying? RZA made a generation of like nigga made 5 years worth of classics for a group and individual niggas. You know what I'm saying? So
Agreed.
right, but you have Nas who literally like freaking Cole said Nas wrote the Bible. Like that's like Nas Elmatic is like the Bible for these niggas. You know
You
what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
have a J. Cole without Nas.
Yeah.
How's that
You know what I'm
take?
saying?
You have it's a trickle down effect, right? So it makes you
Hmm.
think: who wouldn't you have if there wasn't no Jay Z? I digress.
You ain't lying. I mean, but listen. I ain't gonna hold you up, man. Like I ain't gonna have y'all Jay Z haters, man. Look, I ain't look. You know
I
what?
said what I
Fuck it.
said.
I'm a whole Venger, okay? Black Album is my one of my favorite albums ever. December 4th. What more can I say? Encore, my first song. Those are dope to me. I love them. But honestly though, for real, all right, I'm gonna be a nerd. Like I said, I'd have Nas, Hove, and Rakim. But if I want to be really, really like my favorite artists, I will put Nas, Doom, and Lupe. Not me, Doom, but MF Doom, because because like I said, Nas created a lane of hip hop, of lyricism, of a structure for albums. You know what I'm saying? To be honest with you, I think him, and Michael Jackson are the reason why you probably have guys that want to do classic albums and they have short albums. If you notice, some of the best pieces of work are short. You know what I mean? Until you get like double albums and then like I don't know. I think is you either have a short classic album or you have a classic double album. It's one way or the other. I think it's interesting. But for me, like if I wanted to do my favorite, not just rearranging stuff, but if for me, I would have Nas, Doom, or Lupe Fiasco, because like I said, Nas he had a blueprint for the '90s, but for me, MF Doom he had a like when it comes to the underground and how he like made a platform, because I don't know if you know the story of MF Doom and when he had his group back in the '80s and his brother died and he like completely reinvented himself as a villain for hip hop, like like it was a whole reason why he was the way he was.
I
And
didn't know
plus I
that.
just love it. Say what?
I didn't know that.
No, no. Okay, so check it out. So he had a group called KOD. You know MC Search?
Yes.
Yeah. So he was on his record label, and I think they were really good friends. And he was in a group called KOD. Um, why am I forgetting his rap name? His rap name before MF Doom was like his real name was Doomale, but hold on. Uh, because it was like Zills. It was some 5% name or something like that.
Yeah.
And
Like RZA's Prince Rock, Joaquin.
like something like that. Zev Love X. That's what his rap name was. Yeah, see,
Oh
like
no.
Zev Love X, and he was in a group. He was in a group, and their album, I think their second album got shelved or something. And then they were getting ready to work on some other stuff, and his brother died. He got like in a car crash or something like that. And after his brother died, the nigga just like went on a downward spiral or something, and he stopped rapping for a good time. And apparently, he was a really good rapper. And then he reinvented himself into MF Doom, Metal Face Doom. And the whole story about Metal Face Doom is he's taking revenge on hip hop and what it's done to him and his family, and he's like taking revenge and doing things different, like in a certain way against the norm or something like that. And that's why you got like MF Doom and his like whole villain theme or whatnot. But like his whole albums and the way he rapped was like crazy, and the shit is amazing. Like there's what was the song? Oh, that's a shame. I don't know why I don't remember these. But uh I think it was, well, there's a song I was going to make an example of like his rhyme scheme on how like crazy this shit is. But he's like one of my favorite joints. Like Mad Villainy is one of my favorite albums ever. Freaking, he's like One Beer is one of my favorite songs. There's this song called Biochemically Crazy with RZA and MF Doom that is like the reason how like I started to like to get in my production style from like years and years ago. And then you got like Lupe Fiasco. I think that nigga's just like he's one of them alien niggas.
He is.
Like he's one of them alien niggas. You know what I'm saying? And the reason and if Atlantic didn't fuck him like they did, I think he probably would have been one of like the biggest rappers today. So, but that's my like personal three. But like the three for all this other shit, I'll probably be like Hove, Nas, and then like Rakim, and then I would have like, and then I would have like Wayne and Wayne, DMX,
Yep.
Busta Rhymes, uh, Black Thought, and Missy Elliott, and then like I'll probably have like some of the other guys, Andre, and then you would have like your Kendricks and your Coles. Like the top, like the 10 is like the niggas that deserve it, and then the bottom 10 is like the new generation. I made it fair.
Okay, we're on the same page. I mean, we ain't
Hmm.
got to go through the whole, like, we've been live a long time, so we ain't got to go through the whole list, but we're on the
Yeah,
same page, clearly.
yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
yeah.
feel like this list was fair
To a lot of
to a
people.
lot of people, because there's no reason why
Oh,
Gucci Man should not be on here. I'm sorry. Gucci should not be on this damn
I
list.
have an argument for Gucci, but real quick, I just forgot. I'm gonna have to change my list again because I completely forgot about Ray Face, the chef killer. I mean, Ghostface and Raekwon. Ghostface is my either Ghostface. I see. That's why I'd say put them together. Those two, Raekwon originally is my all-time favorite rapper. And then you have Ghostface. So that's what I'm saying. There's so many good choices to pick. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? And even like freaking Jada Kiss, bro. People sleep on Busta Rhymes.
Jadakiss is 46. 46. This is
Q-Tip,
what you people have done. 46.
yeah, bro. Nah, and he proved that nigga is one of the goats when he did the verses, bro.
I don't understand what I don't get. Just like Ludacris is
Oh, Ludacris
39,
niggas, I think niggas sleep on Ludacris because like he was like more comedic than most,
but he
you
had
know. Yeah, he's
bars.
had bars, of course. Yeah, cause you can't, bro. Even white people know about his Cadillac spilling. Like, come on, man. You
The
know what I mean?
with him and Ti, plus your beef ain't legit. So please stay off the TIP of my girl. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah. I'm telling you, man.
The Ti tried
But
to me getting beat down. That's ludicrous. I'm like, it didn't hit as hard as Ludacris's did. It just didn't. It didn't do it for me.
I like Ti. I feel like Ti's pretty.
Ti should
I,
be on the list. He's
yeah.
on my list. Of course,
Oh,
DMX.
real quick. I was going to say about Gucci Man. I think he does deserve to be on the list, but not because of like bars or anything. Because like in my opinion, Gucci is like the Southern Dr. Dre. He has a lot of kids. He's got a lot of kids. If you put it influence and impact, he's got a lot of kids.
His
He's got
style
like
isn't even his own though. He stole Jeezy's
real.
shit.
Oh, he did. I didn't know. Are you
He,
sure? I don't. I didn't know.
that's
Like
why
like
the
I don't.
beef.
I
That's
don't
why
really
the
listen
beef
to Gucci. I
started.
just know.
I'm snowman. That's why the beef started because he's like, you trying to sound like me. You're not original. Plus, he wasn't original. He was a
Uh,
Jeezy clone.
gotcha.
That's why
Like, who came
it's
up? Who came up with the damn son? Where'd you find this? Where was those? Where was that from? Was that from Jeezy or Gucci? Because I hear them on all the tracks. Real trap shit.
that was Gucci. Jeezy was with Def Jam. He was with the Gangsta Grizzlies.
Oh, okay.
You heard the damn son. That was the shit from the hood.
See,
Gangsta Grizz
see,
was the
I'm
original. Was the
Look, I put Gucci on the list just for that shit. That shit was
Hey,
hilarious.
to each their own. It's that's
Rapaholics.
how it is though. You have one A, one B. Some people like Jay Z. Some people like Nas. Some people like
No, I'm
Jeezy.
definitely
Some people like
I
Gucci.
definitely steer toward Jeezy more though. I
I
like
just,
Jeezy
I
way
just,
more. Gucci was just trapping like a bitch. Oh, go my dick. Trapping like a fool.
oh
And
no, my hammer still be riding with the hammer. Gucci hit you in the face and leave you out for the
See,
glamour.
yeah. But like, nah, dude, you ain't got bars though, bro. Like,
Not
let's
at
keep it
all.
real.
Snowman, bitch, 19.5 a piece. When we take them out the game, they as white as a sheet. I was like, okay, Jeezy. And we
Yeah.
already know what them hoes will do. I leave them pussy niggas scared to stand next to you. Murdered you on white tea, killed you
Yeah.
on iced tea. Nigga, my biggest fan. Don't he sound just like me? Gas your
Yeah.
ass up, then I played your nickel. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, you
I ain't never heard a rapper command niggas to get money.
get y'all got money.
He inspired me. This nigga said on the song, he told me what he said. I command you niggas to
Get
get
money.
money. Like what? Who does that? I don't listen to him.
Get
He
money.
made me want to go be somebody.
And then what Gucci give you? Is you rolling? Is you rolling? Bitch,
He
I'm
gave me
money,
some.
babe.
He gave me some
Bitch, I'm money,
lemonade.
babe. Ew.
Pause. That sounds crazy.
Hey, yo.
I'm sorry. My bad.
Whose man's is this?
You know, he gave me some freaky girls, I guess.
Very freaky girl. Something like her mama. And we get the
Uh,
brains in the front seat of the Hummer.
oh, speaking of which, so what about Dre? He was on the list.
Dre has impact. Dre has a catalog. But Dre does have ghostwriters. And one's on the list too. His name is I don't know, where are you? Oh, Ice Cube.
Oh, I yeah,
Breaking
yeah.
you out of-
But I don't know, man. Just wake up in the morning, gotta thank God.
I don't know, but today seems kind of odd.
Kinda odd.
Because you got people on here like Curtis Blow, which is an original. That's
He's
the
on the
breaks.
break.
That's the breaks. Come on, we're not doing that no more.
Yeah,
When you wake
yeah.
up and your feet is gone, that's the breaks. That's the breaks.
That's the breaks.
And when you're outside feeling like it's early morning, that's the breaks. That's the breaks.
Yeah.
KRS One, I'm Chris. KRS One lost me with that one song he made about that little girl being too old to be too young and sleeping with somebody, and how the dad wanted to get his in. It was weird. It was weird. Keep that shit on the other side of the bridge.
Yeah.
They just hit the bridge. Leave that shit over there. Don't bring that over here. But
All right.
hey,
Well, yeah. That's. I think we have similar lists, and a lot of this. I think we agree on a lot of rappers that don't need them to be there and the reasons why.
I agree.
But yeah, I think we got some cool stuff.
All right, well, we can call it a day, ladies and gentlemen. That was our list, rather not be a list at all, just our thoughts and our opinions on it. If you have a different
Yeah.
thought or opinion, leave it in the comments. And like always, it won't matter. But thank you for pulling up on us today. Again, I go by the name of J Dub the Dude.
I go by the name of Von Doom, aka Bobby Caldwell.
I guess you wonder where I've
Mm-hmm.
been.
Yeah,
And,
rip.
well, should I do my I'll leave that alone. But I thank you again for pulling up on us again. Like, subscribe, share, tell a friend to tell a friend, and do it all over again.
Do that.
I'll see y'all next time. Peace.
Peace out.